Kai Havertz and his wife are badly abused on social media, and you can never condone what was said to them. Never, never about their unborn child. Are you taking the piss? Listen, these people are not even fans of football, let alone fans of Arsenal Football Club. They shouldn't even be considered human. They are subhuman. They are the sewage water that runs beneath the streets of London. That's who they are. They're filth, they're disgusting, and they are scumbags. Never associate someone like that with any sort of fan. Like I said, you can't even associate them with being human beings. This is 2025 now. They're releasing criminals from prison and replacing them with people that put posts like this on social media. Free speech is another story for another YouTuber. I'm not going to get into that, but filth like that and send things like that, they should be locked away and never see the light of day again. They are a danger to society. Talksport have done a little segment on the responsibilities of social media content creators, YouTube. Apparently, they should be a bit more responsible. Listen, you can't compare that to YouTube creators. These are not people with creative minds. These are animals, less than animals. I feel bad saying they're animals because animals are beautiful things, you know what I mean? But these are subhuman, horrible, horrible scumbags. That's what they're classed as. You can't compare them to a YouTube creator who's putting his opinion out about about how he feels about his football club, how he feels about certain players. So yeah, they get into it and they're saying like YouTubers and content creators and whatnot should be more responsible with the things they're saying about their football clubs. Listen, have your opinions, have your views, be critical when your team loses. I think social media is a great thing for us fans to have come and have our say. That was the beauty of AFTV when it first dropped, because we're so used to hearing the normal standard BS from pundits and whoever and journalists. That was the source. But now you're hearing the true raw opinions of your average football fan, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I really do.
Like something that somebody said online as like almost an opinion of the fan base in general. I think it's rubbish. Like half the people that I see, gobbing off online, it's not really, it's never accurate to what we all really think. Like all of my Arsenal WhatsApp groups, not one person has ever gone, yeah, I think Arteta's got to go if we don't do well this season. Yet you see it online, it's elevated. Not one person was saying like Havertz is completely awful.
See, and this is why social media is a good thing. If you didn't have social media, you'd have to rely and listen to the waffle that guy is going on about. What does he mean? No one's going around saying Kai Havertz is awful. I mean, who's in his WhatsApp group? Blimey. I mean, AFTV, one of the most positive Arsenal channels on social media, the usual suspects, they're all going around saying Havertz is awful. And the fact that Arsenal in the transfer market looking to sign a striker sort of suggests, Kai Havertz ain't the one to take you forward and get you 30 goals a season and win you a Premier League. Jesus. And then he sort of goes on about no one's going around saying they want Arteta out. Again, AFTV, one of the most positive channels out there towards Arsenal. The usual suspects, all of them. I'm not saying all of them, but a few of them now saying, yeah, well, if Arteta come the end, I don't want Arteta to leave right now. It's just pointless sacking him now. But come the end of the season, if he ain't won nothing, then you really got to have a look at it and think, right, yeah, he's got to go. And I've heard that a lot. Like even the most positive Arsenal fans, exclude Ty because he's just on another level of positivity. But most of the positive Arsenal fans towards Arteta are now sort of saying, look, give him to the end of the season. If we don't win the league, if we don't win the champion, if we don't win those sort of trophies, then you've got to assess what's going on. So I don't know who's in this geezer's WhatsApp group. I don't know what he's talking about. Everywhere I look on the internet, it's Arsenal need a striker. Even Piers Morgan came out on Talksport and says Arsenal need to buy a striker.
And it's having sometimes that maturity to know that you don't need to overreact at every single moment. And that some of the voices online, people are entitled to their opinions. I've got no issue with people having a different opinion, but you've got a responsibility to voice it in a certain way because you create that type of toxic environment that makes people then think that this is normal and I can go online and I can send someone abuse and that's not a problem. So you've got a responsibility as an entire fan base to make sure that the tone is respectful. It can be heated, it can be passionate, but once you cross that line, you're opening the door to all sorts. And I don't think some of these people realise what they're opening the door to each and every time they pick up a camera and go on a mad rant.
Again, do not condone what was sent to Kai Havertz and his wife. Never in a million years. I'm just a small YouTube channel, just started off 6 months ago, so no one really gives a damn about my opinion. But them big channels who are not sort of like, it's not even being negative. It's just, they're not happy with the way things are going at Arsenal. Just because they're not happy and they voice their opinion, they're not the creators of the monsters that decide to send that abuse. Football's an emotional game. As long as you don't cross the line, go and have your mad rant. Go and rant about how Kai Havertz is not going to get you across the line and we need a striker that's going to get us 30 goals a season. Or go and have your rant about how Arteta, needs to go if he doesn't win trophies at the end of the season. This is not opening the door. Like, they make, with YouTube channels and social media is not creating Frankenstein, these subhumans that say these horrible things. You can't say because some YouTubers had a mad rant about someone that they've created a bloody monster. The monster's always going to be there, and it's going to take more than a YouTube content creator to unleash that monster.
Harry's 100% right. I mean, there are people out there that obviously create this chaos because are they really Arsenal fans, some of the people? But
Arsenal fans, they're not even human, do you know what I mean, them fans? But you can't tarnish everyone with the same brush. You can't say, you've opened the door to these monsters because of the content creators or the social media. I'm looking at it, I'm just a small channel, like I've said. I'm looking at it from, I'm a viewer. I don't consider myself a content creator, I'm a viewer. And if I hear someone with the same views as me, I'm going to watch them. I'm not, just because I heard someone say, oh, I want Arteta out, or I heard someone say, oh, Havertz is useless, I'm not going to get on the keyboard and start sending stupid comments. These people are mentally deranged. They're real. You need to phone up the NHS, mate, and get them locked away, get them sectioned. Because like I said earlier in this video, they're a danger to society.
when you start taking it personally, as it looks like it's happened to Kai Havertz, I think that's where you have got a responsibility to just go, do you know what? Just tone it down a little bit. Like, no.
I mean, it's easy to sit there and say, let's put all the blame on a content creator or a social media influencer for their opinions. But you can't account for Jesus. You can't account for these scumbags, these subhuman scum that are going to go and send messages to a footballer's wife. And send horrible messages to about their unborn child. You can't account for people like that when you're making your content, because as long as you don't cross a line when you're making your content, that's the best you can do. Now, if someone wants to interpret the way you're coming across, and then interpret it as some almost, I don't know, my brain can't even fathom what goes through these people's minds to interpret someone's content and then go and do what they do. My brain can't fathom it. I can't work it out. I'm no psychologist, but I know they're subhuman and they are scumbags. That's one thing I do know. So if your content's sound and you ain't crossing no line, you've got to make your content. You've got to do what you're doing, and I'm speaking from a viewer. Like I said, I'm not going to watch someone's 99% of people are not going to watch someone's content and go and do them despicable things. It's down to the social media platforms to stop this shit, but they're so busy making money.
Yeah, there's a thing that people say everybody deserves a voice. I think social media proves that actually some of them don't. There's a lot of helmets about. Rather they didn't get the chance to voice that.
As long as he's talking about the subhuman scum, the disease, the illness, the sewage water that runs beneath the streets of London, as long as he's talking about them scumbags, that's totally fine and agreeable. I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. They don't deserve nothing. And he's right there. Them scumbags again that are sending stupid, dumbass messages. Gone to the lengths to send stupid, dumbass messages to a footballer's wife. They don't deserve even their freedom. They deserve all human rights taken away from them. 100%. Content creators are going to make content whether you like the content or not, as long as they don't cross a line. And if they do cross that line, and it's down to the social media platforms to intervene and maybe get them off the platform itself, that's the only way you stop it, if they cross a line. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit up the like button, hopefully them social media platforms hit up these subhuman scumbags, and subscribe to Sports Almanac. Thank you for watching.